All right. So we continue still with the subject of trying to find the solutions to these things. We've already made a mention of the three ways by which time is engaged. Either time can be wasted, time can be spent, or time can be invested. In this episode, I want to go even a step further. If we are talking of being conscious of time, maximizing your time, and then giving credence and focus to some of these things, then it means that there must be a superior vision that must compel you towards something. Without it, it will just be like, just imagine setting an alarm at 4 a.m. and then the alarm beeps and then you wake up and you realize that you are not going anywhere and then you don't have anything to do. Then the question is, why did you even set the alarm in the first place? So the quest to be time conscious and then the quest to value time and life, for it to be substantial, then it must have its coordination on a higher reason for existence. I am talking on the principle of purpose and life of significance. Purpose is the essence of our existence. And when purpose is not of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. This is very, very much important. Because in my research, I have found that people who seem to be much focused in life, people who seem to be much punctual, diligent, consistent, focused, hardworking, people who avert unnecessary excuses, people who avoid procrastinations, and stuff like that are people who have a greater reason for living. If you are living with a life of survival, then these things we are talking about will not make any meaningful sense to you. Because after all, why are you going to even stress yourself on these things? But anyone who seeks to make impact, in fact, significant impact, will be looking at these steps. If you want to be time conscious and then actually fulfill destiny, it starts with a very important aspect, which is the aspect of the pursuit of purpose driven by its discovery. The day you get to know the very essence for which you are here on earth, it will spark in you an inferno of passion. That time is short. The brevity of life will instill in you a particular mindset. It is often been said that death or life picks on its significance because of the threat of death. What do we mean? What we mean is, because we know that we are going to die, it is meant that when we go for funerals and then we see our friends, we see our relatives, we see, people we knew were alive some time ago, and now they have been laid in state. Funerals are not for the dead, funerals are for the living. It is to send a signal to us that we don't have all day. The shortness or the brevity of life is enough, or the threat of death is enough to stimulate a mindset in us that you don't have all day. Uwo bibiya yenintem na time no day. We don't have all day. So if you have anything significant to do, this is the time. I am passionate of the subject of purpose. And it bleeds my heart as I parade the various tertiary campuses, as I visit the secondary schools, and then even upon invitations and then discussions of various churches and various Christians. And then the average youth that I find on the street and in our homes and in our communities. Truth be told, we have become largely aimless, purposeless, and visionless. We are without any coordination. There is no compass that we are operating on. Life takes on its significance because of the threat of death. And life takes on its significance because of the reality of purpose. If I'm to ask you, to what extent do you know your purpose here on earth? We are talking of time consciousness. But if you have to respect and value time, the fulcrum or the epicenter that becomes the driving force, the nexus of this discussion hovers on your ability to discover that one thing for which you were brought here on earth to do. And once you discover it, you die there. Once you discover it, you give everything by way of active preparation so that you'll be able to fulfill it. And the truth is that when you get to know the kind of investment that you must give to yourself, when you get to know the kind or the extent of value that you must appropriate to yourself in order to be showcased well and properly, in order to fare well in this competitive global village that we are in, you realize that you don't have time to play. The reason why you are wasting so much time is because you don't have an idea of what purpose is about. You don't have the forge's idea of what God has placed on the inside of you. You don't have an idea of your skills, of your potentials, of your giftings, and of your graces. And if you have an idea, the day you know you are chief, the day you get to realize that there is so much in you, and that your world is waiting for you, your family is waiting for you, Ghana is waiting for you, Africa is counting on you. Ask yourself this question: the way you are living, if every Ghanaian is to live exactly the way you are living, will Ghana ever change? I don't know if you really got a question, but I think it calls for reflection and reminiscing upon that the way you are living, your choices, your decisions, and then your actions. If every Ghanaian citizen, 30.8 million people, if we use you as a yardstick and as a standard, and if every Ghanaian citizen is to live exactly the way you are living, ask yourself whether Ghana will ever change. If every African is to live just as you are living, will Africa ever change? I cannot answer for you. I think you can answer for yourself. But definitely you know the obvious answer. What are we driving at? What we are driving at is life begins with the discovery of purpose. And with all these aspects, we are committed to help you to discover your purpose, to prepare for it, and then to actively fulfill it. How much do you know of purpose? And how far and to what extent have you gone in the pursuit of your personal purpose? These are very sound questions. When you bring it on a wider scale at the national level, what is the purpose of independence? We don't even know. We chose a powerful, description for our coat of arms to give an emblematic representation: freedom and justice. Powerful. But do we really understand the demands that goes into procuring freedom? And do we know what brings about justice? We just love the nomenclature and then the sloganeering, but we are not committed to the responsibilities that comes with it. If we are talking of time consciousness, if we are talking of value for time, if we are talking of value for life, then one key cardinal point is that you must be committed to the pursuit, or in fact, the discovery of purpose, and then the pursuit and fulfillment of purpose. Let us know what you think in the comment section on this subject. And our arms are also widely open. We would like to help you to discover your purpose, to prepare for it, and to be able to fully fulfill it. Buried within the idea of purpose brings focus. Buried within the idea or the concept of purpose discovery and fulfillment is hidden the place of time consciousness and commitment to what we are talking about. God richly bless you, and then we will continue with the other episodes.